My name's Jenny Hansell. I am the president of the Berkshire Natural Resources Council, and I've been here just since February of 2018, so about 7 months as we're taping this. Berkshire Natural Resources Council was formed in 1967. We celebrated our 50th anniversary last year, and we are a land trust, which means we protect and preserve land. And to me, that's what's so thrilling about being involved in a land trust, is knowing when I sit in a beautiful place like this that it will be protected forever. And then the second part of it is what so many of our local land trusts have been working on, which is creating public access, getting people outside, getting them to enjoy nature, to appreciate and experience nature. A lot of us have worked together over the last many years to build trails and create preserves like this one, where people can just be in nature, and with all of the benefits that brings to us physically and spiritually and emotionally. I think it's important that towns have their own land trusts for a couple of reasons. One is local officials often are forced to take them a shorter term view of what's best for the town. They have to deal with the annual budget. They have to try to keep taxes from going up too quickly. It's very hard to focus on in perpetuity, on forever, when you're a town administrator or selectman. A land trust, all they do is think about that long-term good. What will be the greatest benefit for the community for the longest period of time? I think what land trusts are able to bring forward and remind people of is that preserving land has a benefit economically to the town. There's a misconception that by taking land off the tax rolls, it will hurt a town financially. And study after study has proven that that's exactly the opposite. By preserving the beauty of a town, by bringing in tourists, by creating a resource that supports the town, that it benefits towns economically. And a land trust can provide that alternative voice and that perspective, and has the luxury of taking that long-term view of what makes this town special and who's going to want to live here in 50 or 100 years. And by creating a place like this that will be protected forever, we're ensuring that our children and their children will still love it here and still want to come here. Each local land trust has its own unique strengths. What your land trust or any town land trust has that BNRC doesn't is local eyes and ears on the ground. You know before anybody what opportunities come up or might be about to come up. We can't possibly have those intimate local relationships that you have. What we can bring to the table is some expertise. We have paid staff. We can help with the big grant applications to leverage state funding with a purchase or an APR or a CR. We've done the paperwork a lot of times, so we can help with that. We have trail building experts on our staff, so we can advise and consult and partner with building trails. And together, we can deal with the politics, whatever it might be, whatever the barriers or obstacles to completing a particular project or deal, we can work together and support each other to overcome those challenges. The High Road was the inspiration of my predecessor at BNRC, Tad Ames, who dreamed up a network of trails to connect the Berkshires from end to end, going from town to town. So you can hike for half a day and stop for lunch, and then hike a little bit longer and end up at a bed and breakfast. So it's kind of an engine of economic development, helping the local tourism economy throughout Berkshire County. People can make it as rugged or as kind of civilized as they like. If they want to backpack from end to end across the county, or if they just want to go out for an afternoon walk with their dog, the High Road is an option for all of that. It's going to take a while to complete because there are many segments already underway. There are many pieces of trail that local land trusts such as Stockbridge and local organizations like Mass Audubon, or even a group like Chesterwood or Norman Rockwell Museum may have pieces of trail that could become incorporated into the High Road over time. But first we have to sort of map all of those pieces and figure out how they connect and which ones are the most appropriate to make part of the overall High Road. Stockbridge has some wonderful opportunities. One of our first properties that we ever worked on was Olivia's Overlook on Yockin Ridge, and we've been working on expanding that trail now for many years, and ultimately we hope to have a trail that goes all the way from Pittsfield into Stockbridge across Yockin Ridge. And we're getting there, and eventually we hope to be able to connect up all those last pieces. Another thing that BNRC is really proud of is our work doing outreach with kids and young people and families. And for me, coming from the background of running a community center, I was really excited to get into an organization that feels strongly about the value of getting kids outside, getting them to put down their devices, shut off the screen, and experience nature and learn about it. And one of the first projects that we started when I got here is called Library in the Wilderness. And what it is backpacks. They're at the Berkshire Athenaeum in Pittsfield, but we hope to expand them to other libraries around the county. And they're filled with trail guides and maps and little guides about flowers and birds. There's a pair of binoculars, there's a magnifying glass, there's bug spray, Band-Aids, a rain poncho, and you can check it out at the library for a week, and you can go for hikes out in the woods. It gives you all of it has our trail map with our top 10 trails, so you can pick a place to go. And I think in the first 2 months that they were ready to go, 16 times they got checked out of the library, so people are really using them. I have kind of a gleam in my eye that in 10 years I'd like to see a nature education program in every school in Berkshire County, and I'd love to see us make that happen.